Hello and welcome to Health and Beauty Hacks. I'm your host, Mia Sines. And this is a really great episode because I get to interview two lovely ladies about oxidative stress and things that are going to change your life. So the first one up is Julie McAfee, and I'm excited about her. She's a longtime friend, and I have a new friend, Daize Goodwin. Welcome, ladies.
Thanks.
Hi,
Glad to be here.
everyone.
So let's go with Julie first and then Daize, and share with us a little bit about your journey that brought you to feeling better and the amazing anti-aging hacks that we're going to hear in this talk today.
Okay, a little bit about my background. Let's see. So for the last 8 years, I've worked with clients working with their conscious and their subconscious mind, clearing old beliefs, patterns, and stories that are keeping them from creating the life that they would like to create. So by doing this, I also have my one-on-one clients. I also hold women's retreats in Telluride and soon to be a beach retreat. And one of my clients, who's now a dear friend, asked if she could write a book. So my colleague, Wendy Cook, and myself have a best-selling book in meditation talking about this work. And I live in Telluride, Colorado with my 3 children and my amazing husband. And what we're going to talk about today is, with this deep work of working with the conscious and the subconscious mind and doing meditation and doing breath work and eating right, and some people call me a self-care specialist, there was something that was missing, and that's what we're going to talk about today. And it's really exciting, and it's changed my life on 3 different levels, which I'll share just a little bit.
So lovely, thank you. And Daize, we'd love to hear from you.
All right. Well, my background, I was a professional athlete for many years, grew up here in Hawaii, and had an amazing experience doing that. I learned really how much I could push my body before it was going to be broken. I'm one of those people that really likes to push things to the edge when it comes to competition and where I'm at as an athlete. And so I learned really early on about recovery, with how you can push yourself too far and not care for yourself enough. Julie, I learned that early on, and I took notice to that. So I've always been into health. I've always been into wellness. My first job was at a health food store when I was 16. I've always really cared about what I put in my body. Now, as a mother of 3 with a toddler, and in my 40s, I really also learned how I can be pushed to the point of on the brink of having, health problems, because we as women, we push ourselves and we push ourselves. And when I found this secret years ago, it changed my life forever. I was experiencing a lot of anxiety attacks, dark thoughts. I was having, problems with sleeping. My recovery wasn't like it used to be when I was, an athlete in my 20s and 30s. So I was extremely happy to find out about what we're gonna share today. It's interesting how we don't care for ourselves enough. And that's the truth, is that we are busy, especially as women and parents, especially with the whole pandemic, as now we're teachers as well, and all the other things in between. But we don't take care of ourselves enough. And what we're gonna share today is incredible because it's a simple, affordable way to really, instead of, supplementing what we're deficient in and trying to eat as good as we could, this is a different approach in preventative care for the future of how you age. It's incredible. So that's my background. Now I live here on the North Shore of Kauai. We have a beautiful family, busy, and I get to work from home in my office. So I do have to give a disclaimer that at any moment, a kid could come running in here needing help with their history or their math, or just be ready because I might have to mute. But I'm grateful to be here, and I'm really grateful to share this information because it has been absolutely life-changing for our family.
Wonderful. I've known Julie for several years, and I can see a difference, clearly a difference. and I'm excited for my products to come. So let's hop in, because oxidative stress is a problem in our bodies. So will you share with us what oxidative stress is? And you both can go at it, and then I'll hop in with you and we'll just have a lovely conversation.
I love it. Julie, do you want to start?
Why don't you go ahead and start, and then we'll talk a little bit about how I'm different from what Mia has witnessed. How's that sound?
Okay, great. And I'll kind of go into the science of this because I am a testimonial girl. I have always loved to see a difference in someone or hear how them changing their diet helped, or even with my husband and my father-in-law, how these products radically changed their life. But it always has to go back to the root cause. And really, it always comes back to oxidative stress. And what this is basically the rusting of an engine. Here, I have a screenshot that I can show you. This is the best visual that I could do. And what this is as we age, it happens right at the age of 20, 22, our body starts to not be able to produce what it needs to fight this free radical damage, oxidative stress. And so what I did was an apple, you cut it in half and you put it on the counter, it begins to turn brown. That's exactly what's happening with our cells, like the rusting of an engine. But here's the thing that I want you to look at is that oxidative stress destroys our DNA of our cells and our cells. But the big one for me is that it contributes to all human disease and causes the signs of aging. So, you know, we have people that are extremely healthy. I mean, I'm one of them. I check the ingredients. I make sure I'm drinking, you know, spring water that's from the mountain down the road and the Kangen. You know, I'm really serious about hacking in any way that I can, whether it's skincare or from the inside out. But the truth is it's coming from the screen right here. It's in our cell phones, our air that we breathe. Even here in Hawaii, we have pollutants in the air. And it doesn't matter how much we care, we're still being bombarded. And that's why you hear of people that have been vegans for 20 years and cared so much they get cancer. Because the truth is that our bodies are being bombarded. It's like 1 million at every second, 1 million free radicals are bombarding our cells. And really, it's at the root cause of all disease. And I know that's a powerful statement to make, but that is the foundation of what we're going to talk about today, is how we are going to go in and actually fix the root problem instead of putting a Band-Aid on it, which is what we do and what Western medicine does. So I know Julie has a great explanation too. So
before you start, Julie, I just want to share with everyone, as Daisy was talking, I want you all to know that it's been found even in rainwater. We have nanos of plastics in there. Fish are eating plastic because it's even in our water. So a lot of people have stopped eating fish due to the plastic. So be aware that it's not just this talk that we're saying that that the oxidative stress comes from. It's literally everywhere. We're breathing it, we're eating it, we're looking at it without even being able to see it. So that was really important to know when I first realized that. You guys know that, but the average person doesn't, or we don't like to use the word average. Everybody doesn't like or doesn't know that this exists. So I wanted to share that part. Now, Julie, you're up.
Right, absolutely. And so with this piece around the environment, the Industrial Revolution, when that started, there's over 85,000 new toxins that have been introduced into the environment. And so it doesn't go away. Okay, we're getting smarter. We're understanding that, what doesn't work anymore pollution-wise and how it can harm us. But no matter what we do, again, the food we eat, the air we breathe, the water we drink, it's everywhere. It's even in, I just got my hair done the other day, and my, the gal at the hair salon was telling me that 40% more toxins enter through the scalp of the head. We were talking about natural shampoos, for example. And she was like, I have to have a completely natural shampoo because women are having hormonal issues, right? So not only, right? And so not only am I working with women with Hashimoto's and all of these physical elements that are affecting their system, I'm also working on the emotional piece, and that's the part that I'd like to bring into this conversation is, so here's the environment, that's a percentage, and then here we are, emotional stresses, okay? The conscious mind is 12%, the subconscious is approximately 88%. When we consciously want to make a decision to do something, the subconscious will keep playing over and over, keeping us moving forward in life. So when we are stressed about, okay, maybe it's what's going on right now, I could name 10 things. Our cortisol levels, we get stressed emotionally, right? This isn't just environmental. We get stressed emotionally, our bodies get triggered, our cortisol levels heighten, and it's causing physical distress in the system, creating inflammation, and we're not producing antioxidants like we used to be because we're not getting the nutrition. Again, it's like this big circle. We're not getting the nutrition from our food. We're not getting clean water. So what's happening with our bodies, no matter how much yoga or meditation or women's retreats or breath work or the things that I love, and eating right and drinking clean water, we can't avoid it physically from our environment and emotionally because of the stresses that are going on in our life. So this product for me has completely changed my life and allowed me to be more dropped in. I have people on the street coming up to me and saying, "What are you doing? Your skin is so clear. Your hair is like you're shiny." And that's just a big piece for me because I know that we're here to feel good. We're here to have more joy in our life. We're here to have more laughter in our life. We're here to be present in life and not be in life suffering because we have aches and pains and emotional fears and anxiety. I know so many women right now that have anxiety, but if your body feels good, you're not going to have as much anxiety because you're not suffering. So do you want to talk a little bit about the technology, Daisy, on and this is just a little story I'd like to share. This product, it's like walking into a room with the light off. You're living a life walking into your house with all the lights off, all the power off, and you don't know what you're going to run into. You don't know if you might fall and break your arm. You don't know if you're going to run into the garbage can. So with this analogy, this is about flipping a switch and about being in your highest physically, emotionally, spiritually, and being dropped into your body and enjoying life. So do you want to talk about the technology of this,
Sure.
Daisy?
What I loved about this when I found it was that it was 5 herbs. We're talking about the one, our flagship product that we are behind, this one that reduces the oxidative stress. We also have one that rebuilds the mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. Another one that raises your sirtuin level by 100% in 24 hours. Unheard of on the market right now. And if you know science and you know health, you know that this is incredible to hear. But with this one that we're going to be talking about, excuse the rooster, we just got a rooster and he is letting everyone know. I don't know if you can hear that. Everyone know that he's the new guy in town. But I loved that it was 5 herbs that I've actually used separately for years. Ashwagandha, bacopa, green tea, turmeric, and milk thistle. So all these are extraordinary Ayurvedic herbs, but when they're put together, they have an 1,800 times more synergistic effect. And what happened is in 2005, a world-renowned scientist, they were trying to do this synthetically. They knew that oxidative stress was at the center of every disease. And they knew that if they could bring it down, that would help, help the way that people are aging, real anti-aging. And so they whittled all these herbs down. They tried, but there was always a side effect, like what happens with most pharmaceuticals. But when they started with herbs, they kept whittling it down. And when they got to these 5 with this proportion, I wasn't there in the lab, but these are scientists, so they know how to do that. they saw basically an explosion happen with what these 5 herbs do at this proportion, each at a certain proportion. And that got my attention because I understand natural medicine. I love the pulsatile effect, where if you need it, your body uses it. If it doesn't need it, it downgrades. And that is really preventative care and the future of the medicine that I want my family to be on, and my friends and my, as it goes to get bigger in my community. And what I found here was that there was a way, like she said, to flip the switch on where you're actually making the antioxidants instead of taking them. And really the technology has been there for centuries in China. It's not some new thing that we found. It was just that when Western medicine, found that there was a way to put these 5 together and have this synergistic effect, it had a crazy reaction of reducing oxidative stress by almost in half in a month, 40% in 30 days. And what got my attention was, an ABC primetime piece that was done in 2005, where they went in to debunk these scientists. They went in to create ratings and create drama. I don't know if you remember that show, ABC Primetime, but they would go into, say that you were doing a false advertisement, making claims that weren't possible. And that's what they did, is they went in to debunk the scientist. And John Quinones goes in there, gets his blood drawn, and his oxidative stress level measured by a T-bar test goes down 45% in 2.5 weeks. So this is not just us here saying this. This has been done, tried. We ended up having over 27 peer-reviewed research studies written by Harvard and the NIH and Texas Tech and the American Heart Association backing this natural product. So it's absolutely incredible that nobody knows about these yet, but it's only a matter of time, right, before more and more people get on these products and feel a difference. I mean, personally, for me, I know the FDA does not allow us to say or claim that we're going to cure a disease or mitigate it or even treat it. But for me, immediately my anxiety attacks went away. Immediately, I was sleeping better. And sleep is everything. Sleep is where, like a cell phone, we plug it in like I'm doing right now. We're charging my phone. We need our sleep. And when I started sleeping better, it made my moods better. I had more energy on this product right away. And what got my attention major was that all my little aches and pains started to go away right at about month 3. I had just been diagnosed by a naturopath that I was getting early onset arthritis from pushing myself, like I explained, pushing myself early on. And all those little aches and pains went away. My recovery rate was incredible, like it was in my 20s. And I realized that I was a poster child, just like everybody else, for this thing called oxidative stress and how we can literally get to the root cause of it and diminish it by almost half. Some people even have a greater reaction where it's over half. But I kind of went off the subject of technology, but it's an incredible way to effectively have a graceful aging process, right? That's how I don't want to be 80 and barely able to walk and, having a hard time with my great grandkids. I want to be able to be young and vibrant. And I will say that the person that brought this to us is my husband's father. He is the most healthy person you've ever seen. He has muscles ripped out, doesn't eat much, right? He eats just greens and vegetables, and he'll have a croissant here and there, but he's the epitome of health. Never takes antibiotics, never goes to the doctor, heals himself. And he's the one that turned us onto it. And I watched his whole look change, just like you said, Julie. And it wasn't even 2 weeks later that I started getting on it and using the face products as well, that goes down and heals the dermis level. The people were asking me, what are you doing? You look different. You look alive. I got all my little melasma from my second child, my second pregnancy, all that went away. And so this has probably been around for centuries. There's nothing crazy about it other than we are finding out about it. And now we can share it in a way that people can afford it and order it. We don't have to go to China and find the herbsman that had the exact proportion.
Yeah. So I was at a point too, Daisy, where I was like, okay, is this what almost 50 is? Like, tired every afternoon, telling my kids I have to go lay down. I had a big day. I'm exhausted. And I didn't ever want to say it, but I was like, this must just be it. Like, I'm just tired all the time. And, I also was looking for something because my mom has dementia and it really scared me, and it doesn't run in our family. But I knew that she had a lot of emotional trauma growing up as a child. And I also knew that she ate well. But because of this emotional stresses, it's what triggered her. And I know that heavy metals in our system, right, affects with that disharmony in the body. Also, my son has ADHD, and I was really looking for something, an alternative for him, because caffeine pharmaceuticals it's a form of caffeine. And I was looking for something that had some natural caffeine that was healthy without all the sugar and without all the fake coloring and all of that. And so this company has a drink that was perfect for my son. He'd go on vacation with the family every year for about a week and a half. And the mom had told me, Julie, I really noticed that your son's, Nash's attention ability, when he drinks caffeine, he really hones in. And so I had been looking for something like that. So I was looking for, a type of a cleanse, which this is not a cleanse. And I was looking for something to supplement for my son, and it's not supplementation. What I love about this is that this is about activation. Myself, I'm like, I'm eating right, I'm supplementing, I'm not getting what I need out of my food, I'm not getting what I need out of my vegetables, supplementing. This is a completely different mindset. This is activation. So we all know a little bit of science. We all know that the mitochondria is the powerhouse in the cell, and we're made of cells, right? So the mitochondria, when that's activated with this product, it's 70%. Many people have been doing intermittent fasting. Your sirtuin levels get activated, and that's why you feel good. Your body's a little bit on maybe a fight or flight. With this product, you can up your sirtuin levels by 100%. A lot of people have been talking about glutathione with this situation that's going, this COVID, the fear of our immunity system. Glutathione is upped by 300%. And like Daisy said, 30 days, 40% of your oxidative stress leaves your body. And they did it with the blood test. And I wish I would have gotten a blood test before I started. So I'm about 2.5 months into the products. And when people that I know, like Mia, say, what are you doing? Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, this product, and it's just, I feel, she's like, I can tell, like, you're really dropped into your body. And what I found is when I'm working with these women that have trauma in their nervous system, and men, is the more trauma you pull out of your system and the more toxins you pull out of your system, you become more embodied. You drop in, you're more connected, you have more confidence, you have more focus. I have some ADD, I'm dyslexic. I've dealt with that my entire life. I am more dropped into my body. And so people like Mia that I've known for years, people like another friend of mine I've known since I was 16, she's like, you're different. That is what it's doing for me. And the last piece of this is, we all know what is the culprit of inflammation in the body. It's dis-ease in the system. So people say there's not just one pill that fixes all. If you can take inflammation out of your body in 40 days and be on that program, your body and your cells, your mind is going to be happy. And I'm just so grateful. I could cry right now, but I'm not going to. So I just, I invite you to take a look at this. This is a huge opportunity for your mind, your body, people that that, are in pain. emotionally and physically. I just invite you to take a look because it's changing people's lives every day.
I'd like you guys to talk a little bit about briefly a video clip that you shared with me, Julie, for my dog. The
Yes.
spine stuff,
Yep.
that it helps with the spine and the inflammation. Do either one of you want to
Absolutely.
talk about that?
Sure. So, you know, animals never lie, right? And so there's actually a product with this company that work with animals, and I have a friend that has horses, and I was sharing it with her, and I'd seen this little video about this darling little pug. And there's different animals, large dogs have hip issues, dysplasia, and also my dad's a veterinarian, so I grew up with animals. And this little pug, that particular breed, they have back issues, herniated discs, just because the way that they grow and they age. And this little pug, it shows before the product, and it's like going step, all four, step, all four, step, and it's just struggling to get up the stairs. And about a week after, about 8 days after, it shows it going click, click, up the stairs. And then by like 3.5, 4 weeks, it shows this little pug with his best friend, an English setter, and I think it's a yellow lab, run up the stairs, all three of them together. And it was just like, it was so beautiful to witness. So this product, again, when there's inflammation in the body, and we can work on that on a cellular level, activating health that's in us with ourselves personally, with our grandmother, with our animals, with our children, it really shows resilience and vitality and what's possible in life.
Yeah, and that was actually what sold me, honestly, Mia, was my husband was having an amazing reactions before I'd even try the product. My father-in-law, his blood pressure went down dramatically. And I really just wasn't sure because there is a business model attached that I wasn't sure about. I was very skeptical. And I also was skeptical on that comment that oxidative stress is the center of all disease. And all of a sudden we have a way that can change it by 40%. I'm a skeptic. And I was just, that just doesn't sound, it sounds like placebo effect. This is me years ago. And I said, there's that dog down the road. And I know that dogs have 7 times the amount of oxidative stress as we do. He's got mange, googly eyes. His name was Tonka. He was this big, a little Pomeranian named Tonka. He could barely bark, he would limp, and he wasn't that old, but he had a country lifestyle. We live out here in the country. And I thought, I'm going to see what happens when I give it to the dog, because they do have a dog product. And that was what sealed the deal for me, because it was right around day 25, day 28, the dog's running up and down the road, his hair's growing back. And I thought, man, this is not something that you want to take lightly, because they don't know the placebo effect. Just like Julie said, animals don't lie. And since then, obviously our animals are on it. But since then, I have a giant leg of veterinarians, people that were like me that would never even consider, looking at a business model like this or taking these products attached to a business model like we have, that are thriving and giving their patients life again. Patients meaning dogs, and cats and horses. The videos on the horses are unbelievable, and they're on YouTube too. You can go and look up Protandim and animals, but it's an incredible thing to be a part of, that where you're not just fixing, humans, that you're able to go into, I'm an animal lover too, but you're able to go into that world and help them as well.
It's beautiful. Yeah, I really love that. This is truly, truly, truly amazing. Before we close out, I'm going to ask you ladies to speak again, but Julie, you have a free gift. Would you like to share that?
Yes, I have a free gift. I'd love for you to enjoy. It's a meditation to work with the conscious and the subconscious mind and to add more health into your system. So just put in your email and it'll be sent right to you, and just enjoy, hold some space for yourself. And it's just a few minutes long. So hold some space for yourself for some good self-care and enjoy that free gift.
That's awesome.
That is.
Wonderful. Yeah. Daisy, would you like to share with us anything, well, one that's on your heart right now, but anything else that was not said that you'd like to share?
I think we covered all of it. Just that there is a way to optimize your health that's affordable, especially right now. You know, no one can really dish out any extra money, but there's a way that's affordable that you can be blown away by what will happen, whether it's your inflammatory response, increasing your energy, just cellular detoxification. It's a very, very, very big deal what we're talking about. And the science is there. Yes, it's backed by Harvard and American Heart Association, but the testimonials that come in from people that have had their lives changed. And that's what happened to me, is once I started realizing how good I felt, I couldn't keep it quiet. I had to tell people. And that's really why we're here, is we want people to understand that there's a way to do what our bodies are supposed to do naturally. Instead of getting old and sick and dying, there's a way to really flip on our switch that's already in there. We're not doing some extraordinary thing other than giving our body what it needs to fight the damage that's coming with us at us every single day. You know, and it's, I mean, if I, you know, I'll still have French fries and, you know, fish tacos or whatever. And then the next day I'll feel like, oh, you know, it's not like going to heal. You can't just eat pizza and fries all day, but you're going to feel good most of the time. And that is, to me, that is priceless, especially with everything going on right now. It's like putting an extra, you know, an extra armor on with everything that's out there that's coming at us, you know? So I'm just grateful that you let us come on today. And I really hope that even if just one person understands this or doesn't understand it and wants to understand it and gets on these products, that they're going to have their life changed. And we're just grateful that you gave us the platform to share.
Oh,
So
you're welcome. And thank you very much. This is a great
Yeah.
topic. Julie, would you like to say anything else?
Sure. I just wanted to read a little statement from Washington State University on this product. It says, NRF2 is likely to be the most important health promoting approach in the foreseen future. This may become the most extraordinary breakthrough in the history of health. And so I invite you to feel good and activate your wellness and your health within. And my husband's sleeping now, and when he works out, he's like, I feel 10 years younger. I'm not slipping out because I'm tired and need to lay down from being almost 50. And I'm just excited for you to explore this. So Mia, thank you for inviting us. I really appreciate what you're doing, sharing options for people, sharing that there's hope and that there's faith in feeling good in their lives. And you're such a gift to so many. So thank you for having us on the show. We appreciate you.
That was really beautiful. Thank you. Also, the university in Washington that she's speaking of is a really big medical university that has amazing, outstanding scientific research is done that didn't come out right. But when I was looking into healing my cancer, I kept being pushed to look over there, to look over there, to look over there. And I found that there's so much at Washington University in the medical industry. So I'm really excited that it was that college that did the research, because, and
Right.
that report, because I live in Washington now. So yay.
Oh, good. Yeah. And, you know, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll send those peer review studies, anything that you're concerned about. I'm happy to email you. There's my information here on the program, and get back to you, send you stories. Again, we don't say that we cure, but there's a lot of stories that I've witnessed that continue to change people's lives. So don't feel left behind. Don't feel stuck, don't feel like this is just the way that it is, like I thought, I just invite you to dive deeper into your own self-care and feel good again.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Daisy and Julie, for joining us. And thank you, everyone. We'll see you in another episode of Health and Beauty Hacks.